Hey guys, welcome to the Massive Iron Channel. I'm Steve Shaw. In this video, we're going to talk about the bench press, everyone's favorite lift. And I had a viewer ask me a question. If you were not all about that bodybuilding life, not just all about that muscle building life, but you wanted to build a big, beefy bench press, what advice would the big, hairy, ugly dude give to you? I'm going to give you some advice in this video. Before I do so, if you have any questions or comments, check out the link below. Come on over, submit your questions, the best questions, get turned into videos just like this. And this is a viewer's question. What are you making back there, Fiona?
Just eggs.
You're not cooking steroids?
Trying not to.
Trying not to cook steroids, but we might accidentally do so because that's what we do here at the Shaw Manor. All right, so we're going to talk the bench press. As always, when I put out my information, I don't have a script. I don't write down stuff. I just pull from my 30 years of experience. So I might forget a few things, but if you're coming up to me and want to improve your bench press, and you want to get the most out of your bench press, the two cornerstones I'm going to tell you is, number one, I find that more than any other lift, that the bench press, you can improve your bench press by keeping your calories high. Now, I'm not telling you to bulk like a pig. I'm not telling you to get fat. But you have to have some attention to detail when it comes to your diet and make sure that you're at least eating in maintenance level, but preferably eating 200 to 300 calories above maintenance level. So you're not just running close to maintenance. You're trying to put on a little bit of muscle, and that extra food will certainly help your bench press. If you are underweight, you probably want to eat in a surplus of about 500 calories a day. The bench press responds to food, so the better your diet, the more consistent your diet, the more you're going to facilitate a bigger bench press. The second thing I want to advise you guys is to be patient. Be patient. You're not plateauing. After you've spent the first couple years building a bench press and you have a reasonable bench press, and now you want to take it from reasonable to just as big, as strong as humanly possible, you have to be patient. That's the biggest fundamental that you have to understand, you have to respect. Once your bench is around 275 to 315, you have to understand from that point, you're not going to get it to 450. Very few people are going to get it to 400 to 450. So progress of 20 to 30 pounds, adding 20 to 30 pounds to your bench press a year is going to be darn good progress. It's not a plateau. It's not a stall. It doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. So you have to be equipped with this reality. And you need to dig in, you need to train smart, and you need to do the tips I'm about to present to you as well over the course of the long run. Now, with all that good stuff said, how do you train, big, hairy, ugly dude? How do you train? Well, I find that a combination of rep work in the lower rep sets combined with volume work works best for many people when it comes to the bench press. If you want to specialize in the bench press, I would recommend training 2 days a week. You have one day where you're doing like a 5x3 or a 4x3 or a 5x2 or 5 singles or whatever. You have more of a heavy focus. And then the other day, you might use a variation. On the heavy day, I like to use the bench press because that's the lift you're training. You want to go hard and heavy on the bench press. On the volume day, you might want to do 5x10 on dumbbell bench press, or even 5x12 or 5x15. You want to do a variation. Doesn't matter what variation it is, declines, inclines, flat bench, whatever. But you want to get some volume in. So make sure you're not just training heavy. Make sure you're getting some volume work in. After that, the next tip is make sure you're training your chesticles. Make sure you're training your chesticles. Now, a lot of guys will do the bench press, but after that, they do a lot of isolation exercises. I really want you guys to find some heavy, a secondary exercise after you do your bench press or bench press variations that are really targeting your chest. This could be a machine chest press. It could be dumbbell bench press volume. One exercise I really like is the guillotine press. Now, this is a controversial exercise because a lot of guys do it wrong. But the guillotine press, you kind of bring it down right here towards, right chin, a little lower than your chin. But you only bring it down like 6-8 inches from your chest. So you're not straining your shoulders. You're not overworking your shoulders because you're not pulling your elbow real far back. You remember this point when it comes to shoulder health, the further back your elbows go in any kind of press, overhead pressing or bench pressing, the more stress you're putting on your shoulders. So with a guillotine press, you're only bringing it down about here. Your shoulders really aren't in a compromised position. You can really feel the chest work. So even if you don't do that, do something really heavy that challenges. Do a lot of volume for the chest as well. I do machine chest press. I've done guillotine press. I do a lot of push-ups, like 4 to 5 sets of max reps on push-ups. Don't underestimate that. And after I'm done with that stuff, then I'll do maybe an isolation exercise as a finisher, like pec deck or like cable crossovers or even dumbbell flies. So work your chest. That's the big tip. After that, you want to do some serious triceps volume. The triceps are a big, beefy muscle, and I find they can recover. So you're training bench press twice a week. Get your triceps volume in. You can do 6 sets twice a week. I like to do a good combination of close grip bench press, 4 reps, like 8 to 10 reps, or even higher, 12 to 15. There's nothing wrong with going up to that rep range as long as you're progressing. I like to do lying triceps extensions. I don't like to call them skull crushers because I don't want you bringing the bar down to your skull. The triceps, the big head of the triceps, has 2 functions: rotation and extension. Rotation and extension. So when you do triceps extensions, bring it back here to the top of your head and then rotate and extend. Bring it back, rotate and extend. One mistake people make is they go too heavy on triceps extensions and they really feel a lot of elbow pain, elbow inflammation. So don't go too heavy. Do volume, 10, 15, even, or 10 to 12, even 15 rep sets, and progress where you can. I love to do cable tricep extensions as well. Now again, rotation and extension. In bodybuilding world, guys will tell you got to keep your arms stapled to your side and be like this robotic dork and never move your arms because you gotta. That's good form. You know what? Here's good form. Ride up a little bit and then rotate and extend and lock out. Rotate and extend and lock out. When you're locking out, try to drive your elbows together. You'll really feel a quality triceps contraction. And that's true with extensions, lying extensions, as well as cable extensions. So that's my second tip. Don't baby your triceps. Get your triceps strong. Some more tips. Do some rear delt work. Get your upper back as strong as humanly possible. As strong as humanly possible. Don't underestimate a complete upper body package. Get everything up here as Herculean strong as possible. Your traps, your back, your biceps, everything. Don't neglect your biceps. But for the love of God, don't neglect your biceps. I found, and I went through a period of time where I use a very minimal style of training on the bench press and upper body, that when I neglected my biceps training, my eccentrics started to feel really, really slow. Now that could just be me, and this could just be bro science bullcrap, but don't. I'm a firm believer in not ignoring your biceps. Get them strong, do some work, get your volume in, do some strength work, progress, and don't neglect them. All right, the next big thing and the final thing here is to get your shoulders strong. Get your shoulders strong. When I was at my peak on the bench press when I was younger, and I was benching about 430 at a body weight of like 270, that was my best. I had crazy strong shoulders. I did dumbbell bench press, 120s for 5s. I want you to do 2 compound movements for shoulders each week. You can split them up and have 2 days if you want. That's probably best if you're going to be a bench specialist. But do a barbell exercise and do a dumbbell exercise and get some volume in. Don't go low rep on your shoulder presses, okay, or your overhead presses. Get some volume in, 8 to 12 rep sets. Do 3, 4, 5 sets of those for each. Do some shoulder volume with compound movements. Get them strong. Focus on progression. So guys, I could probably add a few more tips in here on form and whatnot, but those are my best tips when it comes to the bicep, or when it comes to the bench press. So guys, hope this video, I'll say this, if you have a tip, drop it below. Share your knowledge with the rest of the Massive Iron crew. So guys, hope this video has been of some help. If you have any questions or comments, check out the link below. If you've made it this far in this video and have yet to subscribe to my channel, please do. I'd appreciate the support. So guys, as always, thanks for watching.
And stay sexy.
And have a great day.
And build those big muscles.
Yeah, get those sexy muscles, you sons of guns.